Good morning, good morning, good morning, friends. I would like to discuss part 3 of grief. I'm not looking okay. I've been crying the whole day, no makeup. I just put the lip gloss because my mouth was dry. My eyes are not okay from all the crying, but I would like to discuss grief part 3. I think I've shared with you in Grief 1, Grief 2. It's here on YouTube. You can check it. I've shared with you that I suffered a lot after my mother passed on, and grief had a meaning to me. Whereas initially I knew that we grieve, and I'm one person who raised issues about the importance of grief counseling to children, mostly because we underestimate their feelings and we think that they don't go through grief, and we don't give bereavement counseling. So it used to be my call to professionals, to the therapist. I lost a father and I grieved, I cried. But the most grief that hit me hardly was the death of my mother. For various reasons, it affected me. First of all, I don't know if it was the shock or anything, but one, I suffered blood pressure after I buried my mother. Secondly, we know when you grieve, you want people to blame. I was secretly blaming people that if I was in South Africa, my mother would have been taken to hospital before time, but my mother was ready. All she wanted was to be let go, but it was me who was not ready. There's a saying which says, your wings were ready, but your wings were ready to fly, but I wasn't. So almost every day I'm triggered by the passing of my mom, where especially when there are problems. I guess I agree with the saying which says grief is the price we pay for love. So fast forward, I know that now I know that grief doesn't have age, and I'm wondering how my siblings are doing secretly as we grieved in different places, and my mother had a special place in our hearts, in all of us, because my mother loved us all. Even she loved those that we judged due to their weaknesses, but she would emphasize that all of you are my children. Nonke ningabantwana bam. So I've gone through all the stages of grief. Go to my Grief 1, Grief 2, but today I'm recording because I got a message from someone who doesn't even believe, who's not superstitious, who doesn't believe in us ancestors, but who maybe has the same belief with me, that those who cross transition to be angels. I don't believe that they become ancestors. I believe they go back to God and become angels. So when I interpreted the message, as she was telling me, it was simple, saying my mother wants to be let go, my mother wants to rest. As I interpreted the dream, I'm not someone who interprets the dream, but it came to me when I was giving an analysis of what she was saying. It was my younger sister, and who is strict about the belief in ancestors and doesn't want to even be associated with them, but believes in dreams, believes that Joseph was a dreamer, because she's a serious Christian. She's a serious born again. Sometimes she take things too serious, things that for me I would think maybe I'm judging if I were to take them her way. So I received a message that my mother wants to be let go, and it's something that I usually tell people when I give counseling, and they say, for someone to transition and be your angel and be your guide angel and be your light, you have to let them go. But how do you tell yourself not to feel pain? How do you tell yourself not to miss your loved ones? The message hit me so hard, to an extent that it was like the first day that I heard of her death, and all the emotions came, and I felt sick, and as a result I left work. So I thought, let me share, because I'm gonna do something to try and let go of this pain which is in me. I will link it with this video so that you see. And I wish to say to my mom, if she's an angel, rest now, mama. Be a guardian angel that we need. We will continue to pray, like you've left us with a command to pray. Coincidentally, the command was repeated in the dream that let us continue to pray for ourselves. My mother was an intercessor. My mother was a prayerful woman. Sometimes it seems as if God doesn't listen to our prayers, but I know that He listens. Sometimes we get discouraged. I don't want to feel like this. I want to remember my mother and just smile. But there are days where I'm not coping, and I just want my mother. And I think mostly, I don't know how other siblings are feeling, but I think the message was mostly for me to learn to let go. And now I'm gonna do something that I will show you, which will be linked to this video, in order to change the pain that I'm feeling. Hopefully it will go away. It will leave my heart, because I want to inflict pain on me in memory of my mother. I know that some people will judge me, but it's okay. If it will release me from the pain I'm feeling, the pain of loss, the pain of grief. Yes, grief is some people say we grieve because we're feeling sorry for ourselves. Some say we grieve because we don't want to let go. I don't know why we grieve, but I know that grief is the pain that is unbearable. And for me, when it comes, I cry because I'm feeling the pain. And my lesson with grief is that grief is the price we pay for love. God bless you. I'll see you soon. Bye. amabhongo ayo. But the butterfly learns to fly. Out of that pain, it gains strength, and then it becomes beautiful. You must also remember that a butterfly, even from a cocoon, to move out of the cocoon, it has to hurt itself, in order to get out of the cocoon. Ithi londo, out of situations ezinzima esiba kuzo, singabetheka, amaphiko ethu abetheke enzakale, kodwa masiphume somelele sibe ngabantu. So I hope this will heal me. I hope that my mother can rest now and rest in peace. Cheers. Bye, guys.